What's up, y'all? So I just got home from running errands. I'm about to drink a ginger beer. Ginger beer. Um, it's my thing, ginger beers. I really don't drink too much pop soda for y'all who don't live in Michigan. Um, and I'm not really a big alcohol person, but ginger beer is my thing. I'm so into it right now. Anyway, so I got a couple. This is gonna be a little hodgepodge because it's funny. I felt the urge to do a porch story, and it was 12:15, which that's an important number in my life. If you know, you know. So it's a lot of things going on today. Shout out to my friend, my sister Tamika. It's her birthday. Shout out to my cousin Vaughn, who's really my big sister. Big, huge influence over my life since childhood. Her birthday was yesterday. It's a lot of June babies. And shout out to my other sister friend, my LA sister friend. Really beyond LA, but that's where we met. Erica, her birthday is tomorrow. So many June birthdays. Let me get into it. So my friend told me that I didn't tell y'all the first story that I said I was gonna go back and tell, and she's right. And I need to get that story out. So I'm just gonna mix it. So this is gonna be a bit of a kind of heavy story, and then in the end, it's gonna be something fun that just happened to me, and then I gotta work. So here we go. I was at the Bluff doing yoga. Actually, it's not the Bluff. It's Bigsby Park, but it's called Yoga at the Bluff. And it was like the very first day I felt an urge to do one of these stories. It didn't have a name yet, and my friend Chaymeen, who is the one who pushed me to start making videos. I shouldn't say push, excuse me. He encouraged me. But it came up in my spirit after a yoga session, and I had gotten to yoga kind of a little late, and sometimes it runs over, so you still get your full hour in. But I ended up, it was hot, so I like to get by this tree. So I'm over by the tree, and it's kind of similar to the other story with the sounds, right? And I'm over by this tree, and I hear this person moaning, but it's like pain. And I kind of glance over, and I see this guy. I see two people, this lady, and I see a guy. And the guy is in a wheelchair, and he is seeming distressed, right? And it's a lot of homeless people in Long Beach that hang out at that beach. So he seemed like he was in that world, or either like just, I don't know, right? It seemed like, like we get numb to homeless people, we get numb to, people on drugs, all kind of stuff. And so you kind of don't really give much thought to it. I'll say me. It's kind of because you become numb. So I kind of noticed him, and I think I kind of put him in that category. Anyway, so I'm doing my yoga, and we're almost at the end. Sorry for the planes. And we're almost at the end, and then like I hear it intensify. It's like and I look, and he's really moaning, like in pain. And so then we get to Shavasana, which I told you before, that's the rest period at the end of yoga. It's like the best part after you've done all the work. And I just hear this moaning, and I'm like, man, I'm sitting there like, this was the first day I had, well, not the first day, but I had the thought of, I can't just be sitting here chilling, and this dude is in pain. And he was like a heavy set white guy, long hair. He could have been Latino, but I felt he was a white dude. And the lady next to him, I think she was like, I think she was a black lady. I couldn't really see. But anyway, she had stuff over her head. So, and remember, I always tell y'all descriptions. It's for a reason. But anyway, so we finished Shavasana, and in my soul, I was like, I felt like, how you gonna be sitting here resting and this person is in pain? You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was kind of hoping it was just like his norm. It wasn't like something exceptional, but it was on me. So by the time I opened my eyes, this dude had wheeled himself. He was in like an automatic wheelchair. He had wheeled himself to like right behind the teacher. So like some ways away from me, but I could see in the distance. And he was a little past the teacher. And then he had fallen. So basically, like, I look and I see like, and it's good because I was thinking, am I the only one? Like, are people what's gonna happen? And I'm usually the one, so I didn't jump. But I didn't have to, because by the time I noticed what happened, there was like a guy and like maybe 4 women surrounding him, like picking him up. What it looked like he had fallen. I didn't see that part. I saw them pulling him up into the chair. So I got over there and I just asked God, what do you need me to do? Like, if anything. So I got over there. The class had kind of ended. And the guy was, the guy, it was another white guy who helped pick him up. He was exhausted, like sweating. And he was just like, whew, trying to ask him questions. There was a few ladies. And so then I just observed and was just trying to figure out where I could fit in if I needed to. And basically everybody dispersed, and it was just me and this one Filipino lady. And she was like, I gotta go. She turned to me and was like, I gotta go. I gotta pick up my kids. And I was like, no, the white guy had to go and everything. And I was like, well, I'm gonna be right here for a minute, because I wanted to talk to him. This dude had, so my granny had a colostomy bag. I might be saying it wrong. I'm going off childhood. But basically it's like a bag that gets attached to you when you need a new way to have waste come out. So my granny had waste come out of her stomach, and she had a bag around that, and we changed the bag. As a kid, my mom's a nurse, so I knew how to change this bag. Most times I didn't have to, but I knew how to. And so, in my family, we all did. It was 10 of us in the house. We all did. All of us kids, we understood what was happening, so it wasn't abnormal to us. So this guy had a waste bag on his side, but his bag was full of urine. So I said, oh, he has that, you know. And it was dark. You understand me? So I felt some type of way instantly. Oh my God, not gonna cry. And so I talked to him. I was like, you know, you need me to call somebody? You need me to call, like, do you have somebody? I didn't think he had nobody. So he said, no. I said, you know, do you want me to call the 911? And he was just like, I don't know. Like, he didn't know what to say. And he was like, just, can you help me get to a tree? It was so hot, there was no shade. He's like, can you get to a tree? Now, the tree that I was initially at, where he was next to me, if he went back that way, he could slide out the chair because it's a tilt. So I looked around, and then I saw a tree way down on the other side. I'm like, let's go here. And he's got to go backwards because the direction he's facing. And I'm just praying to God he does not fall out this chair. So I'm like, let's go to this tree. I see a tree. So he's trusting me because he can't see which tree I'm talking about. So we wheel back, and it's like a race. I'm pushing him on, like, you can do it. And he was getting tired. I gave him some water. He took my water. He was able to drink that. And I'm like, just go back, keep going. You're almost there. He wasn't almost there, but I had to lie. So we finally got to the tree. And then he was like, oh, he felt the shade. And then I said, I want to call 911. Can I call 911? And he was like, they dropped me off. I said, what? He said he had just gotten out of the hospital 2 days ago, and they dropped him off in the park. Now, I knew he was telling the truth because I experienced this before in LA when I first got out here. I met somebody in a similar situation, and that's what they'll do. They will drop you off if you don't have anywhere to go, some of the hospitals. So when he told me that, it triggered something, and I was vexed, right? And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah. And then I said, do you have any family? He's like, no, I have a wife from Missouri, but no, basically. So now I know some of y'all might be thinking he might have been doing drugs, whatever. I didn't care at that point because I just thought about myself. And I was like, what if this was me? What would I want done? And I was like, this dude needs some air conditioning, some to be stable, something. And so I'm talking to him, and I'll start thinking like, well, first I can't remember the order of things, but I know I was thinking like, damn, if he doesn't have anywhere to go, what can I do? I can't just leave. My word teaches me to, like, if a person has a need, you meet the need first before you start talking about, life or God or anything. You meet the need. That's how I interpret it. So, Bible I'm talking about. And so I was trying to figure out how to meet his needs. So I asked him, I was like, listen, is there a way, that I could, like, are you okay if I film you? Because I'm thinking about, could I get money for this dude some kind of way, pay for some hotel, something. And he was like, I don't care, and I was like, well, can I just try to call 911? Like, and he was like, okay. And so then I think somewhere in that, or before that happened, because I was trying to tell him I would call, and he was like, basically, they're not gonna take him. So my teacher, Yoga Sue, shout out to Yoga Sue, was still there. She was wrapping up, so I went to her, and she couldn't see everything because it was behind her head. But I said, hey, I'm trying to help this guy out, da-da-da-da-da. Do you have any recommendations? Because she lives in Long Beach, I don't. And she said, you know what? The fire department, they have something called like a homeless care unit. Call them. And I was like, okay. Oh, I hope y'all. My mom is in the window. Y'all might hear a little bit background noise. Anyway, so I called 911. I asked the guy first if he was okay. He said yes. I called 911. I stepped away from him. He was in pain, y'all, still moaning. And I had a sandwich that I had. I always keep food on me. I'm glad I had it. I gave him the sandwich, and he was eating it. So I called 911, and I forget her. She better be glad I forgot her operator number. Operator number 16. I can't remember her operator number, but I asked for it. She wasn't gonna send the 911. She was like, I didn't tell her about say homeless or nothing. I knew better. I just said amen. So then she was like, cause basically when I called the fire department, I called 911, asked for the fire department, asked for this unit, they sent me to this lady. So, but I still didn't say homeless. So she's kind of quizzing me, and she's like, what do you see? I said, I see a man in distress. He's in pain. She asked me a few questions, and I get it. She's trying to gauge if it's an emergency. But then she goes, well, did he ask you to call? And then I got mad because I said, and I didn't tell her no, because he didn't say no, but I didn't tell her. I would never tell her that, because the fact that she asked that question meant there was a way to disqualify sending help. And I was like, no, I see with my own eyes that it's a human being who needs assistance, and it's an emergency. And so without going all into it, me and her went back and forth. And I had to tell her, you don't want to do this with me. I do know people in city council and beyond. I know what to do. I will follow through. That's when I got her operator number. So I need you to send somebody. I need a paramedic. And then she kind of it got to the point where I had to ask her, if I saw you out here, would you want me to call for help? And I saw you in this condition, and I had described the condition. And then she finally switched gears and tried to be like, oh, I was just doing my job. it's so much energy to teach people how to treat people. Anyway, I see this is getting long. I'm trying, y'all. So 911 came. I talked to the man. I have his name. I guess I can say his name, Shane. I talked to him, and 911 came, and they were great. It was the fire department. They were great. Now, they did kind of ask me the same thing. Did he call? I said yes. Yes, he called. He wanted me to call. So they started helping him, and I stood out the way because they were like, we got this. But I observed, because y'all know we got to keep people accountable, especially police and fire and all that. So I stood back, and they saw me filming. And then, oh, this is my ring. So they made a determination. I saw them determined to take him with them, which I was like, thank God. So that was huge, and I was just praying. And I have video of this, right? I don't know if I'm gonna have time to edit it in or whatever. But anyway, that's what I would like to do. But the guy, the people came, and they went and got the stretcher, so they're taking him away. And I'm like, you're amazing, Shane. You got this. God is with you. God is with you. And he was waving at me and thank you and all that stuff. And he left. Here was the big thing. The big thing was that it was some ladies sitting. So when I got ready to walk away, it's like you're coming off of all this experience, right? And I was feeling emotional, but I was just talking to God. And this lady came up to me, and she said, thank you. Thank you for doing something. She said, we were watching, but we didn't know what to do. And she said, sometimes you just, in this world, you just don't know what to do because it's so much. And it can paralyze you. And she thanked me, and I said to her, and she started crying, and I started crying, and I hugged her, and I said, thank you, because I needed you right now in this moment, and you did do something. And she just hugged me, and her friends, said hi to me. And I got some bottles for you. Just hold on 1 second. So, stop. So, that's my guy that comes and gets bottles. Anyway, so let me end this. Oh, he said he'll come back. Okay, so basically, the lady, she said that to me. And I want to say this to everyone out here. Do something. Don't judge what is in your heart to do, but do something. If you're the one that's making the call, if you're the one that's in action, picking the guy up in the chair, if you're the one that did the yoga that created this environment of people, if you're the friend that's sitting next to the guy who was going through it, if you're the paramedic, if you are the lady who came up to encourage me, all of it was necessary. All of it mattered. We are human beings first and foremost. Before we're black, before we're white, before we're Latino, before we're Asian, whatever it is, we're human first. And all you got to do is think, what would I want someone to do for me? And that will give you the answer of what to do. The other thing I was going to share, I don't have time for. I'm going to have to do it on another day. I love y'all. We at 19 minutes. Porch Stories. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day.